What's up, everybody? It's Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, and president of the Honest Con Foundation, and it's time to go to the movies. So, as I walk towards where I'm going to be going, let's talk about some of what's coming up. Yeah, May 5th, you know what it is, Guardians of the Galaxy. Shot in Georgia, by the way, yes. John Wick. Gotta do it. I've seen every last one of them. I'm not going to miss this one. That's the man right there. I loved it when I was a kid. I honestly don't think I'm gonna run to see this. I'm proud of Harrison for still having the gusto at his age to get on the screen. Salute to the legend, but I think I'm gonna wait on that one for streaming. If you love it, like it. It's all good. No diss to him. It's not really for me though. Definitely. I don't know if I'll go to the theaters to see it, but I am looking forward to Blue Beetle because this is another one that was shot in Atlanta, and I think it should be pretty good. Unfortunately, never got on that set. For those of y'all who know, I am an actor, writer, producer. I'm in the biz. I'm an actor. Another one, yeah, another one shot in ATL. We do it all, y'all. We do it all. The 101 million worldwide already. Yes. It's time to go support my brother. And I say that proudly because not only was I part of this film, I'm hoping to see myself, but I was part of this film. And I'll specify what scene I hope I see myself in once I've seen it. But it was a pleasure to work on that set. And I'm so proud of everything he's doing as not only an actor, an executive producer, and now director. This should be a banger. Let's go. All right, everybody. So, I like to do my reviews fresh out the theater a lot of times because that's when your mind is first going with all the thoughts of what you just watched and whether or not certain things had a certain effect on you. You can just be a little bit more honest in your reviews. And no, I mean, you've heard people say it's great. So know that it is great. So here at Honest Con, I like to do a rating system for every letter in Honest Con, which is 7 letters, ONYXCON. All right, lucky 7, powerful 7. We say a 1 is like, you know, what the heck was that? Why I can't even believe I sat through that. A 2 is, oh gosh, I don't know how I finished it, but I did. That's crazy, but hopefully they get their stuff together. They at least made a movie, right? 3 is, that's not bad at all. I can see a lot of, maybe it could be some technical issues, maybe it could be a few acting issues, whatever the case may be, but generally, it's watchable. You know what I'm saying? It's got potential, right? 4, not bad at all. This is a decent movie. And if it's a great movie, great enough movie in its genre to enjoy, it may not be doing anything too far outside the genre to be super duper impressive, but it's not bad. I mean, you know, check it out. It's definitely not, you won't be disappointed. That's a 4. 5 is, this was almost an absolute classic, okay? But it's definitely one of the better films in its genre and all around a great film, okay? 6, now we get into the classics. 6 is, this is a classic in its genre, okay? And a great film. And a well acted, on every level, it's all that and the bag of chips. That's the 6. So for a 7, that's an absolute classic in any genre. It's just one of those greatest movies of all times. It's a greatest in its genre, and it's one of those movies that anybody who is a movie fan should see because it is that great of a film. 7 changes the industry. It changes history. It creates a whole new bastion of genre because of what it did. And people want to see more movies like that because of that movie, okay? That's what Black Panther 1 is to me, forever and a day, okay? So, you know, rating, keep that in mind, you know, and you got to know how the critic thinks to understand why I'm critiquing the way I am. All right. So speaking of which, while I'm wearing this, just a quick shout out to Candyman. Yeah, I was wearing my t-shirt today, so I just wanted to shout that out real quick. That is another, I would consider the latest version of Candyman. That's a Yeah, in this genre, for sure. That's a 6, and so is the first Candyman. The very first one, so you can, you know, we ain't gotta agree. We do not have to agree. You just at least know how I'm thinking about it, okay? So, I thoroughly enjoyed Creed 3. I enjoyed the first Creed and the second Creed. I haven't seen either of those films in a while, so I can't say which one I'd say is the best Creed film. Each one has some flavor to it that makes it a little special. I will say, I think integrity of the Rocky brand, so to speak, which even though that's what started it, he's created his own thing. Creed is his own thing. You say Rocky and you say Creed. You can always give respect to the fact there wouldn't be Creed if it wasn't for Rocky, but Creed is his own thing. And I personally enjoy the Creed films more than the Rocky films. And I grew up on the Rocky films. I was never really a fan of the Rocky films per se. They were there, so I saw them. You had to see them. I mean, whether you were a fan of them or not, you had to see them because they were always on TV, right? But I did enjoy, I mean, the one of all the last, of the first Rocky films, the one that stood out the most to me was the one with Mr. T. You know, Apollo Creed himself, amazing actor. Forever and a Day, Carl Weathers is the man. I enjoyed him as that character, definitely. But as far as like a villain that really, as a young person, got through to me and made me feel, and I'm going somewhere with this, I'm relating this to Creed 3, trust me, stay with me. As far as a villain that made me really like, I liked Mr. T, so seeing him as that character in the Rocky movies, which was not Mr. T, but he's still looking like Mr. T because he didn't change anything, he didn't change his hair, he changed some of what he might wear back in the day. He wasn't wearing, as much jewelry, he wasn't wearing, I don't think he was, if I remember, was he wearing his signature feather earrings? Anyway, I don't remember him feeling like that's Mr. T on film. That was him as this villainous character that was really trying to get in Rocky's head, and that's the key words here, getting in his head so that he could defeat him, just showing so much disrespect, okay? That's kind of what started to happen in this film with Jonathan Majors, man. This brother's the truth. Let me first say, as an actor, I wonder how I look forward to the day of feeling what it must feel like to be in theaters with two, not one, two blockbuster, I can't even get my words out, two blockbuster films at the same damn time. Straight up, like, you know what I'm saying? Ant-Man, he's the antagonist there, right? And he's in this Creed film. It's amazing. At the same time, that's amazing. You can't explain what that must feel like to an actor. I promise you, for anybody in this business, reaching to, go to certain levels in the Hollywood side of it, that's a major accomplishment. And it says a lot about the business trusting him as an actor and as a performer to know he's always going to bring it no matter what the character is. If he accepts the role, he's going to bring it. And this is no exception by any means. You see all of the press around the film, and you see the friendship and the camaraderie between he and Michael B. Jordan, and it's very clear, it's very true, it's very real. I love to see that bond with actors that know each other so well that they can play off each other in a scene, and no matter how intense the scene, they bring it in a way that's respectful, professional, but believable. I mean, just believable, right? These two cats gave it all. And I want to also highlight, I saw a clip of Michael B. talking about how he utilized his fandom of anime.
My Hero Academia, all those different, anime that I've watched growing up, there's an inherent spirit to them and how they fight, and their bonds and their relationships and all that good stuff. But it's very similar to the brotherhood and bond that we have and his relationship to his family as well. So I tried to key in on some of those key moments. And yeah, they're in there. They're in a lot of...
There were just certain punches that were just like, yo, like, yeah, because they were, even though they were extreme and over the top for a movie level versus reality of a sports film, it was still believable. Like some of these things, like right time and right moment, yeah, that a punch like that could happen. Punches like that could happen. So I'm amazed to know how much of each round of the boxing scenes was actually them and how much was their stunt doubles. And shout out to their stunt doubles. Enough to know that now that the movie's out, I can talk about the fact that I was in this movie. Yeah. Yes, it was fun days on set too. Really amazing experience. And I'm gonna tell you the 2 scenes that I was able to witness. So, and then I know so many people who were in this film. I mean, when I tell you Atlanta came out and showed out, shout out to all my ATL actors and actresses, all the real ones who really want it, you know, but also folks who are real ones but just don't necessarily want to do character acting, don't necessarily want to be a leading anything. They just enjoy being background. Now, me personally, I've been doing background long enough. I'm looking for the next level always, anytime I step on the set. I'm not ashamed to say I still do background. I do what I gotta do when I feel like I get that itch. I need to be on set, so I go do the doggone thing. I sometimes do crew work. I do all kinds of stuff, you feel me? But I enjoy the environment, and I've done a lot of stand-in, which means you're the person on the mark for the actor when they're getting ready for a scene. I did the scene in the, well, no spoilers, okay? I'm gonna try not to spoil, all right? Go see the movie, please, go see the movie. But I'm gonna talk around details, but I'll talk as if it's, because there's a lot of this stuff that's been shown in the trailer. There was a scene where there's a Golden Gloves competition, and it's supposed to be in Los Angeles, which, you know, the film takes place, most all the, you know, Creed films take place between Philadelphia and LA. And this Creed is in LA with his beautiful wife. Shout out to Tessa Thompson is just amazing always. She's such an amazing actress. I love her. Shout out to the newcomer, the young girl who is his daughter. She's amazing. She's really great. She's got a lot of skills, and you can tell she's gonna be a powerhouse in this biz too. And even the family pulled it off well, that, you know, their child being hearing impaired, they were all in. Everybody's doing sign language with smooth, eloquent hand gestures. I was like, yo, y'all working. Y'all are working. Great to see people put in the effort and take it to that next level. Those little nuances that make it believable. So anyway, back to it. I was doing a scene, Golden Glove scene, and when we did this, it was about a week of work, as I recall. I know I was on set at least 3 days, and it was a cattle call, as they say, where there's a lot of people to make the scene, you know, what it's supposed to look like with a big crowd around. And it was funny because you would never see me. I mean, I made it onto the film, okay? I'm in there, but it's another one of those background moments that, you know, I've had a lot of great features, so I'm not pressed for this anymore. I'm a SAG eligible actor, and I'm moving forward, and I do a lot of independent stuff too. So I don't really trip if I don't see myself, bam, right in the camera, but I always laugh when I can find myself. So I had on this really cool retro outfit because it was in the early 2000s, and so I had on this Clippers jersey. Actually, it was one of those sweatsuits, top and bottom matched up, oversized joints, the throwbacks, back in the throwback jersey era where everything was big and oversized and long. Yeah, I had on a red and blue, but it's mostly red, so you couldn't miss it with that red. And then my hat was blue, like a baby blue, and I'm in the crowd, and I'm cheering on the fighters, but it's like, as young Adonis is approaching, you kind of see me, and that's all I'm gonna say. But you would never find me until this thing comes out on streaming and pause the camera and be like, there he is. Shout out to my homegirl. She's done an interview with us before, and it was a fun one. The homie made it up in there. Miss Tiff. Tiff Latrice, you doing your damn thing, girl. I know this is a dream come true for you. I saw your post on Instagram. Shout out to you. I know this means a lot to you because you are one of those super fans of Michael B. Jordan. So to see you right next to young Adonis in that scene was, you go, girl, you go. That's what's up. Showed up real nice. Show you how film works, though. What's ironic is her character, she was playing one of the pretty LA girls. It was a whole group of about 10 girls that was like all model types that were in that scene, and they placed them at different places during the day. So one of the days, she ended up right next to my character, and the PA, production assistant, said, hey, okay, this is gonna be like, you know, you're on a date or this is your girlfriend or whatever, and she don't know a lot about boxing, so you're gonna be teaching her. So like, really, what I wish it made it in that didn't was maybe me back in the background next to her in a whole nother scene, because they had her next to young Adonis in one scene, then in a whole nother scene, she's next to me for another match, and I'm like, yeah, baby, so like, look, he's gonna swing, see that? He did that, and he's gonna, you know, and you can see I'm real animated even in the part, which ironically, she could have been next to me in that scene, but the scene is so dark that I could only see my outfit and not her. So if you were next to me, homie, you showed up twice. How about that? Okay, just get that out the way. But anyway, that was a major good fun time. And then I think it was next week after we did that, the production company that cast everybody for the background, they also tend to cast people for stand-ins. So they hit me up about, Joseph, can you do stand? I'm like, oh, hell yes. Creed 3, I'm there again. Anytime you need me for this movie, I'm there. Let's go. So we got a late call time. When I say late, typically in the biz, Early call time is like, it could be 5, 6. 6 is the most usual. 6 a.m. in the morning, be here. This was a midday call, meaning literally, like, I think I came in at 11 a.m. or 12 on the dime. And I was, and it was a kind of laid back day. I remember got a chance to eat when I first got to set or to the studio. And then there were buses shuttling us over to location because we were shooting on location. So I had no idea when I did this that this was actually gonna be the scene. And I won't give away everything because it's in the trailer, but I'll just say there's a flashback scene to young Adonis. There's a flashback to young Adonis and young Damien. Damien is my man Jonathan's character, Jonathan Majors. And so played very well by these two young stars that are on the rise too, by the way. Shout out to them. They are doing a major, great job. They got a long history and a long future ahead of them. And so both of them were there that night. And when I say night, because it started in the day, shooting the scene, and my character for being stand-in was one of the guys who I won't say that might give away too much. I'll just say there was somebody who was helping another guy who has a conflict with the two stars' young characters, and one of those guys was the guy I did stand-in for. Ironically, when they did the shoot, sometimes the stand-in, you're hands-on, you really are in it. You have to, you're not going to be on camera, you're not going to be seen. But when they're setting up everything, they need you to be on point for every single shot where your character's involved. For this, I think I had to do actual stand-in work maybe twice in hours upon hours of work. But the rest of it was just a great education and opportunity to be on set with some legends. Because I'm watching Michael B. Jordan as he was director. He was director at the Golden Glove scene too. So I saw him at that, but then I saw him at this too. And it was a slight bit more intimate scene. Where, there's times where he's passing right by me and stuff. And I was like, man, that's the dude. That's good. This brother's working, man. And he's a really great director. I've worked on set with some of the greatest. I've worked on set with, Robert Townsend directing. I've been on set with, Mario Van Peebles directing an episode of Being Mary Jane. I've been on set with, I could go on and on. I got so many names in my head. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the point is, he's going to be another one. He already is, and he's going to be even more of a force. Mark my words, you're going to be seeing his name on director a lot more because the film is beautiful, all right? The film is absolutely beautiful. I never officially gave that solid rating. So here it is. This film is a definite, and I do mean definite, in its genre. I'll talk about that definite. It would almost, I want to give it the 6. As being a standout classic. I would say this is a standout classic as far as sports films go. So it is I'm talking about the whole thing. 1, 2, and 3 are classics as sports films go. But just specifically, each one, 1, 2, and 3, I give each of them separately, but the same rating, a solid 5 on the Honest Con scale. Why do I say 5 and not giving them that? It just makes them a completely solid film, great films. Reason why is one thing. Because like I said, I grew up on Rocky, so I've seen this type of film before. I have not yet seen a plot twist or something change enough. There have been some in each of these films for Creed, but I haven't seen it happen enough to say we are entering new territory for this genre and for sports film making. Like, to give an example of a film that did do that for sports film, and I would say I would give it a 6 as a paradigm shift in that genre. And I mean all sports, but specifically because it was related to one of the greatest sports of all time in most people in America's eye, and the most popular. You think of football, right? Any Given Sunday is a 6 to me as a sports film. Any Given Sunday, definitely. But we ain't gonna get off into that. But that's another example of how I think about this. So if you're in agreement, you'll understand, you'll like my rating system. That's all I'm saying. All right. And as time goes on, we'll have other guests to do interpretations of films with me. And, at some point, I might just hand the keys over to some other folk and make some content for Honest Con. So you'll get some other perspectives. But for now, you stuck with me, and I hope you like what I got to say. So here we go. So there it is. These films, and I mean 1, 2, and 3, all get the same rating to me. They're all 5s. And that's strong. I don't give away 5s easy, y'all. You know what I mean? Trust me, that's still heavy. That's a great film. All great films. I just want to see the genre expand. I just want to see a film where, I hope by the time we get Creed 4, which is pretty obvious, and I won't say what direction I can obviously see them going, I just hope that when that happens, I'll say this, and this won't be, this is going to tempt you to go see the film if you are not already planning, because there's something with the way they left off that lets you know, oh man, what? Yep, they about to give us a whole nother genre of boxing film that, quite frankly, I can't think of anything. Well, I'll take that back. There are some films that have gone that direction. But if they go that direction, I do think they're going to get a 6 with the caliber of film that I know Michael B is capable of now, being the director. And I'm hoping he remains director of the series, because I could see it being amazing. So back to my day on set, right? When I was out there, I got a chance to witness a long day from midday all the way to like 3 a.m. in the morning. Yes, I said 3 a.m. in the morning. So yes, imagine that. From 12 to a solid 12 plus hour day, 12, 1, 2, 3 day. Yes, yeah, that kind of day. Yeah, that's this biz, if you really bout it. And I don't regret none of it. It was fun because, I mean, Shaquille O'Neal showed up while we were out there, just guest on set. Never forget seeing Shaq, and I was like, first time I ever seen him in real life, I was like, that dude is really huge. That is a big man. Like, you know, that was cool. What else? I'm thinking, dude, Jonathan Majors himself showed up. And I got a chance to look Mr. Majors in the eye, say, how you doing? My name's Joseph. He's like, I'm Jonathan. And that was it, you know what I mean? But he was like kind of standing near me and some of the other stand-ins at one point. And he just greeted us all. You know, he's just real cool, really smooth. Everything you see in the interview is him. He's super low-key, soft-spoken, you know, prolific. If he's got anything heavy to say, it's going to be heavy. You know, but he ain't gonna speak a lot. He just kind of low-key laying the cut kind of cat. And if you didn't know who he was, which of course we all did, you might overlook him because he's not gonna be flashing anything. He was kind of like I don't know if he does method acting, but he was kind of in character to me when we met him. I recall him wearing, like, you know, a not so fancy beanie, you know, skull cap for my ATL heads, what we call it, you know, that kind of hat and like a jacket. He was kind of cool that night. And, you know, he's just chilling, but he wasn't like, you know, he wasn't wearing nothing super fancy or anything that you might say, oh, there's a star because he got on that expensive outfit or whatever. No. He was all just, I'm just here to observe, you know what I mean? But amazing actor, Mr. Michael B, amazing director, Mr. Michael B, and amazing executive producer. Let me shout that out too, because I've been saying for years, go watch Kin, K-I-N. He executive produced that. You know, people in the industry know, but I think a lot of fans are missing the glory of, if you call yourself a real Michael B. Jordan fan, check out all this other work he's doing, you know, catch up, you know, and if you've already been aware, congrats, you know, let's keep it pushing and let's keep pushing this brother forward, because he's really making some major moves and giving a lot of young talent and new talent a chance in front, behind, and all around the camera. So, like I say, again, all of these films, 1, 2, and 3, have all been 5s in my book. They're all, I think, as capable as a series for us to see a 6 on my scale, 7 being the max. And I salute it. I mean, it's just really a great film. You won't be disappointed. You will be entertained. You will be emotional at certain points. Oh my gosh, Felicia Rashad, that's all I'm gonna say. Woo, woo, woo. Boy, I tell you, she brought it like always, every day. Anytime you see my queen on camera, she gonna bring it. And that lady is just, wow, amazing, just amazing. Felicia Rashad, you are that lady, the queen. So yeah, go check it out, y'all. You're gonna enjoy it. Salute to all the cast, crew, and ATL. We did another one, baby. We make these movies what they are, made in Georgia. Yeah, go see Creed 3. Peace, y'all.